that it won't be.
One Wallapalooza of a ball game. It's the Liberty Center Tigers kicking off to the Evergreen Vikings. Short end over end kick. Comes down on the 25. Rolls to the sideline and lays on the ground and is just out of bounds. The nose of the football laid on the 16-yard line, 15-yard line, and that's where Evergreen will take over.
It was just close whether he touched that or not, Spike, and if he wouldn't have touched that, then the Tigers would have been penalized and had to kick over. But after that good Tiger bounce, the Evergreen guy, a little skittish there on the out-of-bounds line, did finger it, and so that puts them deep in their territory for first possession.
All right, Evergreen comes out with a wide-out split to either side. The man in the backfield to watch, number 25, Terry McIntosh, who last year averaged about 7.7 yards per carry. He's the main man on the Viking football team. Here's the give to McIntosh around the left side, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and stumbles his way out for about a 3-yard gain. We're going to call it second down, and about 7 yards to go. Also, one of their fine players, Dan Stong, junior quarterback. Stong, number 2. One of his big targets is number 84, tight end Matt Mossing, 6'3", goes 2 1/4. All right, a wide out to either side, number 24, Doc Skeldon on this side, and on the other side is number 9, Courtney Glecker. Give inside, now McIntosh outside, he's got running room down the sideline. He's at the 50, the 40, and I don't believe anybody's gonna get him. A big play at the outset of the game. There was a clip down there around the 30-yard line, nothing called. The block, when it was made, it appeared the head was behind the Tiger who got knocked out of there. But, Jim, nevertheless, that was the thing Liberty Center did not want to do, give up the big play and give it up early.
Yeah, that's true, and that was the second running play, and they saw something on that first running play where it looked like he was just barely tripped, and so they pretty much went that same way again, although it was a passing formation. But a big play for Evergreen, hangs a touchdown up.
Stong, the quarterback, will hold. The point after touchdown kick is up and is signaled good. So the less than a minute gone in this football game here tonight on NCTV 5. It's Evergreen 7 and Liberty Center nothing.
Well, Spike, you talk about a big play. Neither team had broken up a sweat here in live action, and it's very evident that guy has wheels. He comes into the game here with about 375 rushing yards in 2 games, so that's 170 plus per game. And keep in mind that Delta slipped up on them last week and beat this Evergreen team. But wow, coaches during the week on the radio programs and in the papers were worried about the big play capability of that Terry McIntosh, and with good reason. But we'll see the Tigers on offense here.
Yeah, McIntosh, 5'8" and 165 pounds of breakaway dynamite. Now, the game really has early implications on the NWOAL race. Evergreen, of course, losing last week 24-13 to Delta. Now 0-1 in the league. Liberty Center with a big win over Montpelier, 51-14. That giving Liberty Center a 1-0 record, 2-0 overall. And as you might remember, last year it was Liberty Center being upset at Evergreen 20-19. That loss being Liberty Center's only blemish on their championship season. Now the kickoff. Dustin Ott to kick. High end over end floater taken at the 32-yard line. Justin Salmi takes a hit, stays on his feet long enough to get to the 35-yard line, and the Tigers will take over there. 1st and 10. 11:02 remaining here in quarter number 1.
Tigers will take that kind of a kickoff field position every time, Spike. Dustin Salmi showed what he knows how to do with the ball, both defensively last week, intercepting a pass for running it for a touchdown, and also rushing one in.
Yeah, Salmi was running the daylight. It only took about one more move, and he could have been off to the races. Now the pitch in the backfield to Westover, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on the play. Tigers lined up in that their standard two tight end formation, wing to the right side of the field. Overmeyer, the quarterback, under center, number 10. Also on the line, we've got number 65, Leatherman. Number 64, Lucas Bodenbender. 70, Simbola. Here is the give to Zeider. And Zeider is hit and stopped after maybe a yard gain. That's going to bring up third down, and we're going to call it a long 7 yards. Well, Jim, ball's at the 38. Tigers snuffed out in the early going. One thing to remember here, Evergreen pretty much goes with just 11 players, so these guys are going to be going both ways, and in the fourth quarter, that could get to be a little bit tough.
Yeah.
Now Tigers with the wing to the left. Rolling out, Overmeyer got running room, cuts it up inside on a great block from Babcock, still stays on his feet, he's to midfield, and it's a Tiger first down. Well, Jim, a new dimension there to Liberty Center football. Overmeyer tucked it in and followed his interference.
Yeah, there was some nice blocking there, and they had to sustain those blocks because it took a while for Overmeyer to get over there after doing what he did in the backfield. Another good block was Kevin Moeller, and that was kind of a contact block, and that's a good, smart block. You engage the guy and just sort of tie him up, and that's what he did.
Kyle Parasini split wide to the right. Moeller, the wingback, on the right side. Here's the give straight ahead to Westoven. Westoven stays on his feet. What a run by Westoven, all the way down to the 40-yard line. Jim, he should have been stopped at the 49. There ain't no way that guy has got that kind of power and that kind of guts to get through there, but he did.
Oh, yeah, that was power running. Two guys had him just dead to rights right there at the line of scrimmage, but he says, no, sir, I'm not going down, and he kept those feet going and popped her for a nice game. So Tigers on the march, Spike.
Tigers with a 2nd down and 1. That gives them a lot of option. Now they're lined up with the wing to the left side, outside the tight end. Here's the power sweep to Westoven. Cuts back inside. A great block, a seal block by Zeider. And Westoven rambles for a solid 5 yards into the teeth of the defense. And with 8:39 to go, the Tigers have their second first down on the Evergreen 36-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of the characteristics of Tiger football here in latter years is the blocking, Spike. It's this guy, it's that guy, it's a whole team, and that's what it takes to get those backs some room.
Yeah, well, Evergreen with their defense in tight, they're there to stop the run first. Here is Overmeyer back. He's got Strayer open, overthrows Babcock. Babcock coming across the field on kind of a drag, or a drag underneath pattern, you might say, a deep one. Strayer went deep, pulling the defense, and Babcock on a crossing route. Yep. Pass was a little high, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice time to call a pass, Spike. They'd begun to kind of crowd that line of scrimmage, trying to pinch that run down, and so up over the top, and it was there.
Yep. Well, when it works, it's great. Now the Tigers are facing a 2nd and 10. They're going to have to put their noses to the grindstone here. Here is the give straight ahead to Westoven. He's hit at the 36. Hit at the 34, stays on his feet, gets down to the 33, and with positive yardage there, it makes it a little bit easier. Tigers still, obviously, in 4-down territory. 3rd and 7 on the 33-yard line of Evergreen. Tigers dressed in all black, and Evergreen in their gold and white with green trim style uniforms, a la Green Bay Packers. It reminds you of the Packers and the Bears.
Yep.
Now Parasini split wide to the left side. Moeller the wing on that side. Here is the give to, Westoven. Westoven with a nice piece of running, dips back inside toward the hash mark, and picks up a huge gain there, Jim. A very makeable 4th down and short yardage.
Yeah, and you know that hole that was kind of zigzagged in there, but you could just see a little channel, and he stayed controlled on his feet and was able to zip this way and zag that, and as you say, within a short foot of moving the sticks there. So real good 3rd down play.
Well, the Tigers with their two tight end set. Moeller, the wing, outside the tight end on the short side of the field, the left side. Here's the deep pitch to Westhoven, trying to find a hole. He's hit and stopped, and we've got a left-footed spot. This is gonna be close. And they signal first down. Westhoven's power dive was enough to break the plane of the 10-yard sticks. First down inside the 26-yard line. Boy, Jim, that was close.
Oh, I know, Spike. I don't think we can get on the striped shirts. That looked like a pretty good spot on that play, but we needed it. We'll take it.
All right, wing to the right side. Here's the give to Zeiter in the backfield. Evergreen with great penetration there. Stuffs him in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. That'll make it second down and 13. Ball on the 28-yard line of Evergreen.
Both Parasini brothers now in the game.
Tigers coming now with two wideouts. Zeiter in the slot. Overmeyer dropping back, rolling, looking downfield, throws. For a moment, Parasini was open, but a great defensive play by number 9 from Evergreen. Courtney Gleckler. This is his third year as a starter for Evergreen. 5:51 to go. Liberty Center looking down the barrel of a 3rd and 13 situation. Ball on their own 28-yard line. Well, Jim, we need some good positive yards here.
Yeah.
We don't need to get it all, but we got to put ourselves, Liberty has to put themselves in a position to pick up the first down. They've got Moeller, the wing on the left side, two backs in the backfield. Overmeyer fakes, now throws deep. He's got Strayer. Touchdown! Liberty! Touchdown! Liberty Center scores! Oh, man, Scott Overmeyer, you talk about laying one right on the button, buddy.
No, he did, Spike, and Strayer looked like he got to the goal line, and he just hesitated just a little, but he had his man beat, and true enough, Scott Overmeyer just laid one right in there, and even in traffic, a nice catch out there by Strayer. The Tigers answer. It's now 6-7 with the point after coming up.
Yeah, that was huge. It was a route similar to what he had ran before when he went deep. That time Overmeyer opted to go to Babcock instead. Now the Tigers lining up for 2 points. You got Parasini split wide right. He looks left. He's got Westhoven. It's good! Great set of hands by Westhoven.
Yeah.
Liberty Center showed two wideouts to the right side of the field. Evergreen stacked the defense that way. Westhoven slipped out of the backfield with a beautiful catch. And the Tigers lead it 8-7 here on NCTV 5 with 5:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, you talk about big play capability, and that's what Evergreen hangs their hat on both last year when they beat us. When they beat our Tigers with essentially 3 big plays, Spike. Well, here it was a big play right out of the hat that put a score up for them. But Tigers coming down here showing big play capability again with this Tiger 2000 team. And how about that nice wrinkle for 2 points on the extra point conversion? So that one-ups whatever they did. We're liking that.
So true. Well, Jim, Liberty Center and Evergreen have went at each other. Both have scored. Now we may see the game settle into the trenches a little bit.
Well, you know, Dia, now that they've gotten limbered up and done some banging around, that he won't have as much open field to look at because obviously they've got to have several guys keying on him.
Line drive kick, bounces at the 30, and bounding around all the way down to the 12-yard line, and hit and brought down right there.
53 for Liberty.
Brian Dotson on the play.
Boy, that's good coverage, Spike. I mean, when the coverage team sees a guy bobble it down there, they just reach down and find a little more speed and really just turn it up a notch, and they're going to start from deep in their own territory. It's good position there by the Tigers.
Well, it was an 84-yard run from scrimmage last series that Evergreen had the football. Now Liberty Center knows what they are up against. These guys have got their feet wet. This is almost entirely new defense. Evergreen lined up with a wide out to our left side of the field. Two backs in the backfield, tight end on the right. Here's a sweep to McIntosh, and hit, slowed down, stays on his feet up the sidelines. Jim, I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
Oh, I know. Nate Zeider had him back there right at the line of scrimmage, but just good running. The guy cut this way and he cut that way, and shows a little breakaway capability from just an arm tackle. You got to really hit him and wrap him up.
Well, that what looked like a 2-yard loss turns into a 7-yard gain. It'll be second down and a short 3. Ball just across the 18-yard line of Evergreen. Now a wide out to either side of the field. Two backs in the backfield. Tight end on the right side. Gives off to McIntosh again, trying to get running room. He's got it there. Slowed down by Strayer.
Yeah, and a host of Tigers in there.
Yep, Babcock.
Parasini in there.
Well, a gain of 6 yards on the play. McIntosh proving to be a handful, Jim, just what we were worried about, averaging over 14 yards a carry so far this year.
Man, he's just plain slippery, you know, at Spike. I mean, you think, well, they got him hemmed in, but I don't know. He's just got a lot of gears, and he can dance those feet, and it's just hard to hem him in. But a host of Tigers slid down the line of scrimmage and nailed him that time.
Well, you got to remember, he's 19 years old, and there's a lot of 16 and 17-year-olds out there.
That's true. Too much time.
Uh-oh,
yeah.
Well.
Signed for too much time, Spike.
Well, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
The team that makes the fewest mistakes usually wins, and here's a case where Evergreen making a mental mistake. That'll make it now first down and 15 yards to go. Ball just across Evergreen's 20-yard line. 4:56 to go here in quarter number 1. Evergreen again with two wideouts. Gleckler on this side. Gives straight ahead.
About 6 yards there.
Yeah, gain of 6 yards on a straight ahead. You know, and that's what keeps Liberty Center's defense spread apart, is Evergreen comes out with a two wideout set, you know, and you've got to respect that.
Oh, absolutely, Spike. Well, that's where an offense that has several threats like that is really hard to defense.
All right, unbalanced line to the right side. Two backs, two wideouts to either side. Babcock drops off along with Westhoven. Long count, drops back to throw. Throws a little flare out there. Defended by Tim Myers and brought down with an assist from number 58, Neil Carter. Boy, Tim Myers made a big play there, taking him on head-to-head and bringing him down on the spot.
Yeah, that was a little pass out in the flat, and he was supposed to one-on-one the first guy and try and beat him, but Tim Myers says, no, sir, not on my watch, and he kind of wrapped him up there a little bit and then got help, but a good play defensively.
Well, you know, that's big, too. Carter came across and peeled him, and sometimes that makes the difference between a tackle and a breakaway.
Where Dustin Selmy is in that position tonight, Spike.
Back to throw. Stong rolling to his left as the hard throw. It's caught, and it's going to be an Evergreen first down.
Yep.
Number 81, Joe Perucci, a 5'8 senior, 150 pounds.
Mike, you'll recall in the preseason prognostications, Evergreen was picked either first or second in the league. I think maybe they might have had Brian on top, but this Evergreen outfit, they're big, they're strong, they've got some nice athletes, and they're a football team.
Yeah, they overcame that first and 15. Now with two wideouts to the right side, the wide side of the field for Evergreen. Here is the fake pitch to give straight ahead, and Babcock there finally brings him down. Brian Truker, a 5'7", 155-pound senior, sees very little or gets very few carries back there.
Yeah, but with the quarterbacks faking, I think we could call that kind of a counterplay, Spike. You know, they tried to get motion going one way and then come back the other way with that guy, but Tiger's there to get it.
Well, it worked. A gain of 7 yards, so it'll be second down and a long 3 for Evergreen. 2 wide outs to this wide side of the field. Here's the deep pitch to McIntosh. He's got running room, heading for the sideline, penned in by Myers and brought down across the 50, across the 45, and down to the Liberty Center's 43-yard line. Gain of 20 yards on the play. It'll be an Evergreen first down with 2:23 to go here in quarter number 1. Liberty Center leads it 8-7. Evergreen had an 84-yard breakaway run by McIntosh in the first minute of play, and then Liberty Center came back with a sustained drive, a big fourth down conversion along the way, and then a 20-yard touchdown pass to, Strayer. Now rolling out again, Stong has time, has to get rid of it, and not caught. No, good call by the official. The ball did bounce. Boy, Jim, that was close. I was afraid they were going to get that call.
Yeah, you know, this quarterback can roll a long ways and still has arm strength to get the ball where he wants to. And that receiver out there, well, you can just tell that they're a good group that have worked on this quite a bit. Receiver coming back to the ball and almost scraped that up for a big gainer.
Well, and he's rolling to his so-called wrong side, you know, a right-hander rolling to the left.
Away from his strength.
Yeah, that's right, away from his strength, makes it twice as hard. Now Evergreen with the ball in the right hash. Tight end on the right. 2 wide outs, split out wide to the left. Gives straight ahead, and hit and stopped right there by Dotson.
Neil Carter.
Oh, Neil Carter, excuse me. Neil wrapped him up in the backfield. His forward progress might have got him back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down and 10, Evergreen at Liberty Center's 40. Jim, that was huge.
Oh, yeah, nice penetration there by Neil Carter. First game, broke through and nailed the quarterback for a couple of huge sacks, and then last game played some solid defense. But Tigers to a man, developing into a seasoned group, and that's what it's going to take.
Now Evergreen with the tight end to the right, 2 wide outs to the left, man in motion coming right, cut straight upfield. Good pass rush there, and that forces the ball to be underthrown. I believe they're going to rule it a catch, but a great pass rush by number 53, Brian Dotson.
Yeah, that quarterback, he had to pull the trigger before he wanted to on that spike, but still, it was a gainer. But now it's fourth and looks like about 7, so if Tigers can hold here, they'll force a punt maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evergreen's not sure. They're in that 4-down territory. They call a timeout. With 51 seconds to go. Liberty Center comes off the field for a quick shot of water and a few words of encouragement. In the meantime, we'll run down our list of Tiger sponsors here for our NCTV5 broadcasts. We've got the Mid-Am Bank in Liberty Center, KK Collision with Kyle Kern in Liberty, L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown, Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis in Liberty Center. Also, a few other locations, Delta, Okolona. Pizzanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers, where they feature their twice-a-day pizza buffet. Henry County Bank in Henry County. B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norma Miller in Liberty Center. The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini in Liberty. Dave's Running Shop in Delta. All kinds of Tiger apparel and general shoes. Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider. Speece Trailer Court in Liberty Center with Rick Speece. Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Bob and Marge Jurassics. Liberty Hardware with Randy and Velma Hall. Miller Brothers Trucking in Napoleon and Skip Miller. Holgate Metal Fab, Jeff Spangler. Dave's Auto Service, Dave Perry. And Liberty Products, Terry Bowers. Well, here we go. Evergreen's rolling the dice on 4th and 7. A wide out to either side. Tight end right, 2 backs in the backfield. Straight drop back, looking deep. Throws a little curl route, caught down there at the 25 and out of bounds. Well, favorite target again, number 9, Courtney Gleckler, 5'7", 160 pounds.
Yeah, and they're respecting him, Spike. They're giving him quite a cushion, and I don't know if that's warranted, but, Tiger defenders aren't just sure how fast these guys are until they run some patterns against them. But that does move the stick, so Evergreen stays alive.
Well, it's going to get a little tougher, though, now because Evergreen's got the ball down just inside their Liberty Center 17, but now they can't run the same deep stuff. And with that shortened field, it might make it tougher on their wide-open offense. 2 wide outs to the left side, quarterback rolling out, hit right there by, let's get the number 74. Nate Bear, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate Bear, number 74. Now Bear comes out.
Come on, David.
Simbola Leininger on the defensive line for Liberty Center. Here's that same inside fake pitch. Dances, turns, twists, and scores. Well, Jim, they came back to that misdirection play where they faked the pitch to
McIntosh.
Yeah, to McIntosh, and of course he's going to draw all the attention.
Yeah.
And Evergreen scores. They lead it 13-8.
Yeah, it was a good, well-conceived play by the Vikings, and Tigers had one man on him there, but he couldn't make the stop. And Vikings on a good drive, converting on a 4th and 7 themselves, and are up 13-8 as the quarter expires, Spike. So that's about a quarter of good high school football.
Evergreen going for 2, wide out to either side. Here is the give to McIntosh. He breaks away from one tackle and gets into the end zone. Evergreen scores 2, and they lead it 15-8 at the end of 1 quarter of play. Well, as Evergreen prepares to kick off, we'll mention our game-by-game sponsors here. We've got Louie Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester and Nola Short, and Chad for John Collins. We've got Uncle Rick and Aunt Rhonda Miller for their nephew Neil Carter, wishing him good luck. Also Carl and Cheryl Carter for their son Neil. Mike and Linda Simbola wish their best for son Brad. Now the kickoff, very short, comes down at the 33-yard line, taken straight ahead there.
53.
Dotson, I believe, 53, Brian Dotson, and he gets the ball up to the 40-yard line where the Tigers will take over with some pretty darn good field position.
Maybe it was Moeller. Who had that ball?
23 instead of 53, Kevin Moeller. Also, we've got Greg and Deb Westoven and their family, Lynn, Katie, and Sean. And along with Grandpa Kip and Grandma Cecilia, they wish good luck to Troy Westoven and the entire Tiger team.
Good field position for the Tigers, Spike.
Here is the give straight ahead. Westoven, he's got running room. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, across the 50 and down to the 48-yard line. Well, Liberty might not do it in as big a chunks as Evergreen might, but they grind it out consistently. A 12-yard gain for Westoven, and 1st and 10 for Liberty Center.
Yeah, and that's a nice answer. When another team scores, if offensively in your next possession, your very next drive, you can chew off 12, 13 yards, that gives heart to everybody and makes the defense out there think too.
All right, now we've got Kyle Parasini split wide to the right. Moeller in the slot as a wingback on the right side. Here is the give to Westoven again. Westoven stays on his feet, gets down. Oh my!
Almost a face
We
mask
got
on him.
a left-footed spot going the other way, but we got another left-footed spot here. I believe we lost about a half a yard down on that one. Westoven still gains a couple. Good positive yardage in what is certainly 4-down territory for Liberty Center. As long as you're in the same county, Jim, it's 4-down territory for Liberty.
Yeah. Tigers love to roll the dice, as you say, and Evergreen has rolled the dice and been successful.
Now Parasini and Strayer both at tight ends. Here's Overmeyer back to throw, evades one tackler, gets rid of it. He's got a receiver and a great defensive play out there. Kyle Parasini bidding for some extracurricular, but the referee, no call. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers.
Boy, you got to give it to Scott Overmeyer for ducking that rusher there. I mean, that rusher thought, I got him in my sights, but Spike was, or not Spike, Scott was able to duck him and still get a nice pass off, but it was defended, and so 3rd and 8 to go.
Yeah, it was defended well. There was nothing either Overmeyer or the intended receiver Parasini could do. Well, we had a delay, and officials sort of delay in the game. Now the clock starts again. Tigers coming on the ball. Over center, Matt Leininger, number 51.
Big boy.
Symbolic guard on the right. Here is the fake to Zeider. Overmeyer back to throw. And another great defensive play. Number 2 got a hand up for Evergreen. Dan Stong, the quarterback.
I think Ryan Strayer had him a step there. I believe if the quarterback could have let him just a little, that he'd still be running, Spike. But you have that in passes, and you got to go up on top on occasion to keep them honest. Otherwise, they really pack it up to the line of scrimmage. But Tiger faced with a 4th and 8 right now.
Evergreen dropping a few people off. They're being rather wary of what could happen here. Here's a low snap, scooped up. Strayer gets it off, end over end punt, comes down inside the 25, takes a Tiger roll down around the 10-yard line and inside the 10 to the 9. Well, that time it worked out well. That punt was quite effective, and it pins Evergreen deep. However, Jim, Evergreen's had 2 possessions, and they've got 2 scores. They lead Liberty Center 15-8. Okay, wide out to Evergreen's left side, gives straight ahead to McIntosh, kicks it outside. Great block there. Babcock.
Number 9 on the hole down there.
Oh, boy, that was a big break. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He had a hold of Myers, and Myers was pretty effectively knocked out of the play on that one.
Yeah, that was a real cat and mouse there on the block. Tim Myers saw him coming, knew he was going to be the man to stop him, and so he was playing very warily there. And number 9 got his hands on his jersey and just kind of held a little bit. So the official saw it, and they'll bring him back. And, boy, you got to love that.
Well, from the point of the foul, it'll make it 1st down and a long 8 yards to go for Evergreen. Ball resting on their own 11-yard line. They've got a wide formation to the wide side of the field. Here's the deep pitch to McIntosh.
Got him.
Myers out there, kind of pinning him in, and it was Zeider on the backside coming across, making the hit. And, Jim, now here's the time the Tigers' defense has to really stand to the task.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And they've looked at several formations against them, and a couple of them have been kind of difficult to defend because they give the wide receivers a lot of respect. And then, of course, carrying on their big number ball carrier, well, then they've got another ball carrier out there that has run quite effectively. So Tigers got their hands full, but this is a big, big play.
Well, wide formation to the wide side of the field, their left side. Here's the gift going the other way to McIntosh, and he's got a lot of running room here. It's a foot race with him and Zeider. Now a nice move and brought down over there, coming back across the field. We got a fumble. With that official original signal, Liberty Center's ball.
Man, that ball popped out of there quick. Boy, I
No,
thought that was a fumble. Evidently, they called her dead there on the tackle, but man, it seemed like that ball popped out of there. But wow, that guy is a dangerous runner, Spike. If he gets a little open field, he can turn it into a big gainer. But give those Tiger defenders credit. They hemmed him in and says, oh, sir, we're going to get you, and they did.
44-yard gain for McIntosh. He's over 100. He's well over 100 yards already. That was Salmi coming across and making the hit when McIntosh made his cut. Here's a quarterback keeper straight ahead. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball down now to Liberty Center's 41. Jim, it's been the big play. It's been the big play time after time for Evergreen. Well, Liberty Center now still
changing a few personnel.
Yeah, keeping some fresh bodies in there. Well, we're kind of hoping that Liberty Center can stay close enough that maybe in the fourth quarter, maybe Liberty Center will be able to be wearing them down. But with this wide open offense, Jim, who knows? Second down and a long 5. Give straight ahead. No, it's a play action fake to the big tight end. And he's going to go in for the score. And with 8 minutes to go in quarter number 2, Evergreen racks up another big play. A 40-yard play action pass to the tight end Mossing. And they lead Liberty Center 21-8.
You know, is that the first time, Spike, that they've thrown to him tonight? I know he's been out there, he's been a target, he's caught passes for him, but they were defending the other guys, and sure enough, here's this big guy lumbering back there, and maybe our defenders almost thought the play was handled up there at the line of scrimmage, but boy, quarterback puts it where he needed to, and they hang up a quick score again.
Evergreen to go for 1. They lead by 13. Stong, the holder. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it's good. And here on NCTV 5 in the second quarter at Liberty Center, it's Evergreen 22, Liberty Center 8. Well, once again, while we've got a moment here before the kickoff, we'll go over our list of sponsors. We've got Dave's A Running Shop in Delta. Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider, Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Bob and Marge Jurassics in Liberty Center, Liberty Hardware, owned and operated by Randy and Velma Hall, Miller Brothers Trucking with Skip Miller, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler, Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, Liberty Products with Terry Bowers, the Mid-Am Bank in Liberty Center, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown, Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis, Pizzanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers, the Henry County Bank, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norman Miller, and the Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. Well, Jim, 5 possessions overall. Evergreen scored on 3 and Liberty scored on 1.
Yeah, I think this is kind of key for the Tigers. They need to come right out of the blocks and don't hold anything back. And
Parasini takes it on the 15, straight ahead break, all the way up to the 35-yard line. Nice return by Kyle Parasini. And there again, Jim, he was only about 1 or 2 tacklers away from going the distance.
Yeah, Tigers have had a good evening offensively so far. But, boy, this big play team of the Evergreen Vikings hanging up points in a hurry. So Tigers need to answer them. They're 2 touchdowns down now, so they got to have some razzle-dazzle from our boys in black, and I think we'll see it.
Now Babcock coming out wide to the right side for Liberty Center. Moeller, the wingback for Liberty Center on that right side. Here is the give to Zeider, stays on his feet. Battles his way up close to the 39-yard line. It'll be a solid 3-yard gain on first down for Liberty Center. Now we're going to call it about a 4-yard gain. We'll give him a second down and 6. Well, now they're getting a little chintzy with the spot. Ball back at the 39. It was appeared to be only inches short of the 40. However, at this point, that's rather moot. Now Babcock coming out wide to the right. Strayer, the tight end, on the left side. Moeller and Zeider in the backfield to give to Zeider on the left side. He's got running room, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and he burrows his way up across the 43 and up to the 44-yard line.
That's good possession football there, Spike. You're not going for it all at once. We're just trying to move the sticks. If the offense can actually run some time off the clock, that may be a positive thing for our Tigers. So we just set our sights in the goal line. There's plenty of time up there. We just got to move her downfield.
Well, Evergreen's been doing it with their wide formations and their use of every possible receiver. Liberty Center grinding it out. Here's a give straight ahead to Westhoven. Westhoven, the fullback. Yeah, gain of 3 yards. Zeider had 6 on the other carry, and Westhoven with 3. Gets it up close to the Liberty Center's own 48-yard line. 6.5 to go here in quarter number 2. But surprisingly enough, it's Evergreen 22 and Liberty Center 8. Tigers with their standard 2 tight end set. Here is the give to Zeider. A great block there. Zeider stays on his feet, gets across the 50 into the 49-yard line. Not sure who made that more or less seal or crackback block, but on this right side, that really opened it up for Zeider for his gain of 3. 2 defenders were taken out. Clock running, 5:45 here in quarter number 2. Liberty Center trails it 22-8 to this high-powered Evergreen offensive team. Tigers with a 2 tight end set. Babcock on the left, Strayer on the right. Here is the give straight ahead. Westhoven rambles and rambles and gets down across the 45 to the 44. Liberty Center with a little blood and guts football, taking it right at Evergreen, and they're going to have that same 3rd down and 1 that they had the last time. Gain of 6 on the play for Westhoven.
I like that trying to control the line of scrimmage, Spike. That just shows that Tigers are still going to argue about who owns the line of scrimmage, and if the Tigers can get them up on that, then we'll catch up with them, even if it's not by the big play.
Evergreen with 8 men up in the box. Here's Overmeyer, caught in the backfield. He stays on his feet. Got back a couple of the yards that he was losing, but it brings up a crucial 4th and 5. Jim, a loss of 3 big yards there, and that really changes the way Liberty Center is going to have to look at this 4th down.
Oh, that's so true, and it's so close to the 50-yard line, Spike. You almost hate to set them up with that kind of field position the way they've been offensively. So I almost believe we'll look for a good punt by the Tigers, which has been a good weapon for them, their punting game.
Evergreen looking for a fake. Their deep receiver moving up slightly. Here it's there, Strayer. It's completed down the Zeider. First down, Liberty Center. Well, Jim,
Yeah.
I didn't think Liberty had the guts to go for it. There's no way.
Oh, I think Tiger coaches have got the guts for anything, but it fooled me. I thought they want to pin them down there by the 10, 15-yard line and take their chances. But, you know, quarterback, but the punter and Zeider there, I mean, they locked eyes, and here comes the ball, and that's just what you do. And how many times over the past few years have we made it on a 4th down in a punting situation, Spike?
Oh, at least 23,000, Jim.
When we needed it.
All right, Tigers come out with that same 2 tight end set. Overmeyer rolls out, stops. He's got Babcock. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, the 5, the 4, the 3, 2, 1. Son of a gun, we got a flag.
Yeah, there was a little excitement there. I don't believe that block would have needed to have been thrown because clearly he was had open field and the goal line ahead of him, but there was a block that in the exuberance of the Tigers there trying to help him out a little that's going to bring her back, Spike.
Well, Babcock took it on the 15-yard line, had a clear path to the end zone. But we're going to bring it back. Oh, my. Well, I hope that's not one, Jim, that we have to read about in the papers.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just so hard. In high school ball, you just want to help any way you can, and again, you decide you're going to make the block. Just a split second occurs, and you get the head on the wrong side, and they got to drop the flag. But there's reasons for that. We know and understand. But, boy, that hurt.
All right, net result, Liberty Center's got a 1st and 8 on Evergreen's 36. Wait, here's the give to Westhoven off the left side. He cranks down the middle. He's at the 10 and down to the 9, down to the 8-yard line. A straightaway burst. Westhoven changed gears twice, changed directions 3 times.
Yeah.
And rambled his way down to the 9-yard line.
Spike, you're doing a good job calling it here on TV5, but I tell you what, we got ourselves a high school football game.
Well, with 3:24 to go here, Jim, you know, when Liberty Center went for it on 4th down, throwing out of the punt formation, I think the coaches figured that maybe Liberty Center's best defense was the offense.
Now they have to keep moving the sticks, and they've been doing it.
Now they give to Westhoven off the left side. He's going to pick up a couple. It'll be second down and goal. We'll call it from the 8-yard line. And it makes it tough, Jim, because now they're running that 10-yard offense from the 9.5-yard line. So first and goal isn't necessarily the easiest thing in the world in this situation. They're going to need a big play here along the way. 2:44, clock running. Liberty Center trailing by 2 scores, 22-8. Westhoven and Zeider in the backfield. Westhoven on the left, Zeider on the right. Moeller, the wingback on the right side, and 2 tight ends. Overmeyer rolling right. He's got Westhoven caught out there at the 12. He breaks a tackle, and he's into the end zone. It's another Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, no flags on that one. We're going to hang that one up on the scoreboard and draw within 1 touchdown of them, Spike. Actually, it's 8 points as we decide whether to try for a kick or to go for 2. But boy, this is football just about as good as you can draw it up.
You know, and Westhoven's been a good receiver for Liberty Center in the last year and a half coming out of the backfield. And in a way, they're using him in kind of the same way that Evergreen runs their offense. You know, they've got so many weapons.
Yeah.
They'll fake to McIntosh, and they can go anywhere. Well, here, everybody worries about Westhoven running the football. They jam inside. He slithers out into the flats and goes in for the score. Now Overmeyer back to throw for 2. A great catch there, and in for the score. Kevin Moeller on a great catch down below his knees. Jim, what a pair of hands.
Oh, yeah, that's a sophomore. He's just a sophomore, Spike, and he's getting a lot of playing time in, and we knew he'd be a good one. We remember Todd just last year, one of the anchors of that tremendous line that the Tigers showed, both offensively and defensively. And little brother Kevin is just showing that he's got a lot of good football in him.
Well, there's a flag on the play again. Oh, my, we've got a hold. Boy, does that hurt. Now the ball goes back to the 10-yard line. Back to about the 11.
Yeah.
All right, so from the spot, was on the 1-yard line. Now the Tigers forced to go for, oh, Jim, they're down by 8. This is huge. What a terrible place for a penalty. 2 wideouts to the right. Overmeyer fakes. Caught and in for the PAT Estrella on a great catch.
Yeah, Ryan Strayer on that one, and I tell you, Tigers got a lot of weapons too. They were swinging them here and swinging them there, and there was nobody within 4 yards of him, and Overmeyer threw a perfect strike. So now the Tigers draw within 6 points with 2 minutes and 20 seconds and a half.
Jim, that makes a world of difference being within 6 instead of 8. Well, the Tigers had a new set there. They had the lone setback in the backfield, Westhoven. They had Strayer, and I believe it was Parasini lined up wide to the right. The other receiver cleared out, and Strayer kind of dragged and then was wide open. Caught the ball on about the 8-yard line and waltzed in for the PAT 2-point conversion. 2:20 to go. It's Evergreen 22, Liberty Center 16. And, Jim, 2:20 is a world of time when you figure Evergreen's got the football.
Oh, I know it. Tigers are going to have to fight hard and just do what they can to stop them. There's plenty of timeouts to go around, so really that could be quite a little stretch of time. But, boy, Tigers got to get back to the drawing boards and find an answer for this defense or offense that Evergreen's been throwing at them. I mean, it's a little different every time you look at it, and a lot of good athletes to go around.
Well, perhaps they can build with this 2:20 to go. If they can hold them here, that'll give the defense a little bit of a mental shot in the arm. Here's the end-over-end kick rolling around and recovered there by Evergreen, but they're going to have great field position on their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was a perfect onside kick effort. I mean, I think they thought we're going to go for it here and we're going to dribble one down there, but alertly the first line of Evergreen fell on that thing, and as you say, that sets them up in the best field position they've had all first half, Spike.
Evergreen with a 1st and 10 on their 43, wide out to either side. Deep pitch to McIntosh. It's a reverse. Coming back the other way. The Tigers have it pinned in. And Westhoven there shoves him out of bounds. No gain on the play. Oh my, we've got some extracurricular down here along the sidelines.
Yeah, that really was good of Westoven. He closed that off so that there was no way he was going to get through him. He had to choose a sideline or else pretty ornery confrontation right there at the sideline. So he danced out of bounds. So really no gain for all that razzle-dazzle. They tried to reverse on him, Spike.
Yeah, Evergreen's a lot of weapons. They've hit their tight end plus 3 other receivers. They've used both running backs on some trickery. Now they've got a wide out to either side. Tight end eligible on the right. Straight to give ahead to McIntosh. Following his blocks. He's got running room. Slowed down. And now finally yanked down by Westoven. Clear down to the 25-yard line. Strayer came across and slowed him up at the 40, or he may have been gone. 2:02 to go. And Evergreen on Liberty Center's 24-yard line, 1st and 10. About a 30, we're going to call it roughly 30, just over a 30-yard gain. Another big play by Evergreen.
Oh, man, when he gets a little daylight, Spike, he just turns it into huge chunks of yards.
All right, Evergreen with 2 wide outs to the right side. Straight drop back. Now the draw play to McIntosh. Not much running room there, but he does get positive yardage down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Boy, Jim, they have nothing. They run twice in a row. They have so many different looks, so many different sets, and so many options to go to.
Yeah, and they seem as they get to line of scrimmage to space out. You know, they're not afraid of gaps or anything like that. And I just think this is a polished football team we're playing there.
2 wide outs to either side. Give to McIntosh. And nailed in the backfield. Ryan Strayer with a big hit around the ankles. And it's going to be about a 3-yard loss for Evergreen. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
And Brian Dotson right in there covering too to make sure that there was no mistake that he was going to get tackled for a loss. So we're under a minute, Spike. Tiger defense struggling to keep them out.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Jim. This last 57 seconds could determine the ball game. Now, during the timeout, we'll mention our game-by-game sponsors. Cost of this is $5 for every 2 games. If you want to mention your son or grandson or nephew, give him a little support here on TV5. Get a hold of me or Jim. However, we have got Uncle Rick and Aunt Rhonda Miller, along with Carl and Cheryl Carter for nephew and son Neil Carter, Mike and Linda Simbola for their son Brad, also Greg and Deb Westhoven with Katie, Sean, and Lynn, and Grandpa Kip and Grandma Cecilia for Troy Westhoven, and good luck to the entire Tiger team, and also Louie Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester and Nola Short, and Chad for their son John. Thank all you parents and uncles and aunts for your support for TV5. Now after the timeout, the young Tiger defense hollering for support from the Tiger crowd and getting it. Evergreen comes out now with 2 wide outs to the right side. Slot on the right, tight end on the unbalanced line left. 2 backs in the backfield. Now man in motion coming to the football. Here is the fake. A little swing pass out there. It's slowed down, but it's going to be an Evergreen. It appears to be an Evergreen 1st down along the far sideline. It is going to be close. He may be short. That's going to bring up 4th down with 49 seconds to go. Jimmy never made the 1st down. We couldn't tell where he went out of bounds.
Yeah, I see that. But, boy, I tell you, this Evergreen team, at least on the offensive side, seems to be loaded with good athletes. I mean, you get them out in the open field, and they can juke our guys a little bit and seemingly make something when there's nothing there. But this is a big play.
Yeah, no doubt this could be the play that directs the whole flow of the game from here on out. Here's the quarterback, keeper. He's over the 15, down to the 14, and it appears he's got the 1st down. Well, the only other time they ran that, it was good for 6 yards.
Yeah, they moved the sticks.
Now with 46 seconds to go. Old Liberty Center's defense with their backs against the wall. They already trail by 6 points. Evergreen with a wide out to either side, 2 backs in the backfield. And a spike of the football, and Jim, I'll never understand that call. With 42 seconds to go, you've got all day to run something. Even if it doesn't work, at least roll out and throw it somewhere.
Yeah, but see, they're not worried about downs because that leaves them with 3 downs, and coach evidently wanting to keep that timeout, whatever they have left. So that's a play that originates from the coaching staff. But you're right, man. I'd call a play and see what you do with it. But anyway, that gives them time to think about it, and here we go.
Well, that takes the down away from Evergreen. Now they've got a wide out, way out here to the left side, guarded by Salmi in single coverage. A fumble right there. Boy, that was huge. Jim, that's just like 2 plays Evergreen threw away.
Yeah.
Clock running with 34 seconds.
Now they had to burn a timeout.
Yeah, Evergreen I know has used at least 1. This is at least their 2nd timeout. And perhaps their 3rd, we're not sure.
Yeah. Boy, that's key. I mean, call it defense. I mean, I don't know, maybe on the TV broadcast here, the film, it'll show what caused that fumble, but boy, oh boy, that's key. If we can keep them out of the end zone here to expire the half, we're right almost where we want them, Spike.
Well, now, when they had that receiver split about 40 yards from the rest of the team, I imagine that's going to have to be some kind of a decoy, Jim. They're going to try to hit that open zone in that wide open area in between there. But with 32 seconds to go, like I say, the Tiger defense with their backs against it.
We don't have a stat of Vikings.
Well, they've got a big offensive line. They're talented. Tigers need something to hang their hat on here. 3rd down and 12. 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Evergreen with a 22-16 point lead. Stong under center. Takes it, runs a deep pitch. McIntosh with a halfback pass, and it's intercepted by Myers. He makes a break. He's at the 10, stays on his feet, and up to the 12-yard line. What a defensive play! Tim Myers comes up big for Liberty Center.
Yeah. Oh, that was nice defense. I mean, they showed him a big look there, but that play took a little while to unfold. And boy, old Parasini was right where he needed to be. And Ali had to fight him for it, but he said, no, sir, I'm here. I'm going to get that ball. And he did, Spike. Oh, he did, and don't you love it. Tigers take over, 22 ticks left.
Well, Tigers came up with a big play, and that's what it's all about. Boy, it just seems to me when you're down near gold dust territory, I'd be having my best man throwing the ball. Here's a give to Westoven. He breaks 1 tackle. He's got running room. He's to the outside. He's got 1 man to beat. Makes a great break, and he's out of bounds with 12 seconds to go in midfield.
Yeah, no flag, so that's going to stand. I got to make a correction, Spike. That was Timmy Myers. Timmy Myers on the reception there. So Parasini's been in there. We've had them both in there at the same time, and there's been a lot of good going on. But got to give that interception to Tim Myers. But what a play there, and Tigers with 11 ticks to go, making everybody nervous.
35-yard run by Troy Westoven. And now the Tigers with that option now may decide to go deep with it. Here's a give straight ahead to Westoven. He's got running room to the outside. Cuts inside, trips and falls. Down at the 35, and the clock stops with 6 seconds to go. The Tigers call for a timeout.
Boy, I'm glad to see him get up. I thought the way he went down, Spike, that he might have pulled a hamstring or something there. I didn't think he really had much contact. He just knifed through there to move the sticks, and down he went. But with 6 seconds to go, the Tigers are looking at the Evergreen goal line. It's 35 yards away, Spike, but...
All right, here we go. Tigers on the field after that long timeout. Well, Jim, the Tigers gained 50 yards on 2 running plays when they pretty much, at least in Evergreen's mind, maybe we're going to be running the clock out. But Liberty Center in a position to maybe come up with a big play score, and that has to worry the Vikings for the second half. We've got Parasini wide to the right, Parasini wide to the left. Here's rolling out is Overmeyer, stops, sets, he's got a wide open Parasini at midfield. He's hit there and brought down at the 16-yard line. Time runs out for Liberty Center, but Jim, The Tigers definitely made their mark in the old momentum column at the end of the half. They trail 22-16. Okay, here we are almost at the end of halftime here at Tiger Stadium. It's Evergreen leading Liberty Center 22-16. Quickly stats here for Evergreen. McIntosh, 14 carries, 220 yards, almost 16 yards a carry. Also, number 26, Brian Truker, 2 carries for 21 yards, 1 a touchdown. And the quarterback, Stong, 3 carries for 6. Stong is 5 of 8 for 86 yards. Evergreen gained 2 passing first downs, 5 rushing, and time of possession for Evergreen was 13 minutes and 19 seconds. For Liberty Center, Obermeyer was 5 of 8, like Evergreen, for 70 yards. 5 different receivers had a single reception each. Strayer with 28-yard catch, Babcock for 12, Nick Parasini for 12, Zeiter for 10, and Westoven for an 8-yard gain. Liberty Center, 9 first downs to 7 for Evergreen, 1 passing, 8 rushing. Liberty Center 146 yards rushing, 70 yards in the air. The low line drive kickoff hits on the 30, bounds down to the 18-yard line. Parasini there, breaks 1 tackle, twists and turns his way up to the 30-yard line. Liberty Center will take over there, 1st and 10 on their own 30. So, total yardage for Evergreen, 248 yards rushing, 86 in the air, for an astounding first half total of 334. Liberty Center on their own behalf with 216 yards of total offense. Not a bad day's work either. Now the Tigers come out with Kyle Parasini spread wide to the left side. Nick Parasini in motion. Here's the give to Parasini. He's got a blocker, makes a nice cut up to the 40-yard line, and a Tiger first down. Carter got out in front of that one and led the way, took out 2 defenders, and that allowed Parasini to cut inside for an 11-yard gain, and the Tigers move the sticks to open the second half. Troy Westoven for Liberty Center in the first half, 14 carries, 122 yards, 9 yards a carry. Zeiter, 5 carries for 11 yards, and Obermeyer, 2 carries for 9. Kyle Parasini, same formation. Here's the give again to Parasini. Nick coming across. He gets up to the 43-yard line. We're going to give him a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. On the defensive side, Jeremy Babcock and Troy Westoven each with 5 total tackles. Tim Myers with 3 tackles and 1 big interception late in that first half. Now the Tigers come out with Parasini split wide to the right. Moeller, the wingback, on that wide side on the right side. Parasini in motion. Here's a give straight ahead to Westoven. A little bit of running room. He gets up across the 45 and up to the 46. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 to go. Well, that might be Lifeline, Jim, going overhead. Well, big down here for the Tigers. They're still in their own territory on their own 46. It's 3rd down and 5 early here in the second half. Tigers with the wing to the left side. Here's the give to Westoven on a power sweep. He gets up across the 50 and very close to 1st down yardage. Well, Jim, that was your old classics, Southern Cal student body left. They put Parasini in motion, got him out in front. They had the other, had Zeiter out in front. Moeller, the wing on that side, out in front. And with the tight end ceiling, that gave Liberty enough of a wall, and that allowed Westoven to follow his interference, pick up the 1st down. Now Moeller, the wing on the right side, 2 tight ends set. Moeller and Zeiter in the back, or excuse me, Zeiter and Westoven in the backfield. Here's a give to Westoven off the left side. Now, Jim, the Tigers starting to slowly grind it out here.
Yeah, clearly you can see the Tigers' game plan is to have some ball control offense, and that's a good plan. They can't score if they don't have the ball, so we'd prefer to kind of run it down their throat, Spike. So that's just what they're working at, and successfully so far.
Well, as we into this second half now, it was Delta with those 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, perhaps wearing down Evergreen. But it was Evergreen with 5 turnovers in that game to only Delta's 2. Now Overmeyer, play action, gets rid of it, and they should have eligible receiver was Westhoven in the vicinity. But wait a minute, are they going to say he was wrapped up?
No, I don't think so. I believe that was an incomplete pass, wasn't it?
Well, I was a little worried. The one official there,
Yeah,
the judge, was
but
standing in the backfield.
yeah, but that was sure scary because he truly was in the grasp, and bad things can happen if you still try to make a play out of it.
Well, that time it was good, though. He saved his elusiveness, saved the Tigers about 7 or 8 yards of field position, and a much better chance of a first down. 3rd down and 8, ball on Evergreen's 46-yard line. Here's Overmeyer in a straight drop back, sets up the inside screen to Parasini. He's got some running room, wide open midfield, makes another move all the way down inside the 30 to the 28. Jim, what a well-conceived play there.
Oh, that was a perfect call. Just think about it. We had run on every play, nearly every play to start this second half, and there was a tremendous rush. Let's get to the quarterback. Let's get pressure. Let's cover potential running options there. And boy, that screen was open and a big gainer.
All right, Tigers with the ball. 2 tight ends set. Moeller wing on the right. Westhoven and Zeiter in the backfield. Babcock. Now the little flare out there to Strayer. Strayer with some running room. Gets down close to the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7 yards on the play. Jim, nothing fancy there. Strayer just didn't throw a block and just floated straight out into the flats. Took the pass. And a beautiful gain on first down. That allows Liberty a lot of extra options now on 2nd and short.
Yeah, coaches on the calls, on the offensive calls, are mixing it up real fine right now.
Yeah, only a gain of 6. He must have stepped out of bounds, perhaps. Well, I'm not even sure he made it all the way to the sideline. Nevertheless, 2nd down and 4. Deep pitch to Westhoven going left. A lot of blockers out there. But a great job of Evergreen of knifing through there. I believe it was number 57. Inside linebacker Terry Snyder, a letterman, 6'1", 215 pounds. Jim, that's quite a handful to keep out of the backfield.
Yeah, these Evergreen athletes are trim, and I know it was pointed out several times that they only use about 12 to 13 players going both ways. So we'll see whether the Tiger Black can wear them down as this game moves along.
Well, Tigers with the ball in Evergreen's 24, facing a 3rd and 5. This is big, Jim. Tigers need a score here. They trail by 6. Here's Gibbs straight ahead to Westhoven, powering and driving his way down to the 20-yard line, stacked up there. But that was big, Jim. Maybe they didn't get to first, but it brings up 4th and short. It'll be about 2 yards to go for the Tigers. 7:16 to go in quarter number 3. It's been Liberty Center's ball the entire time.
Yeah, and I really think that Tigers seem to be owning the line of scrimmage just a little bit, and they don't have to own it outright, but boy, when they got the ball, they've got to be able to get a push, and they are, Spike. They're moving the Evergreen boys backwards.
Well, it's going to be an interesting call here because on 4th and 2, you just can't run a standard dive play, and if you try to run some kind of a power, if you go wide with that, if you belly out, it gives the defense a chance to catch up. So the Tigers are going to run a wide formation left. Overmeyer dropping to throw. He's got Westhoven. Overmeyer's going to keep it. And he runs for first down yardage. Stays on his feet all the way inside the 15, and we've got a late flag. Now, it may be a face mask on the tackle, but... Oh, no, I didn't like that point. Oh, no, another very costly penalty for Liberty Center.
Well, we're really liking that call there from the bench and Overmeyer as the quarterback, his execution thereof, because he could have passed, but that was a little riskier than him running for the first down, and he clearly achieved that, but evidently they caught a hold somewhere along the line, so the Tigers get backed up.
Well, Not so fast. Now they've moved the chains.
Yeah, I see that.
And
Now
the
they're
Tigers,
still a first down, but
well, now that is a break. The Tigers, it was fourth down for, well, of course, they gained the first down.
how do they do that? After the play.
Okay.
Yeah, dead ball foul, Mike.
Official ruling now we've got it called as a dead ball foul after the first down was achieved.
24 yards back.
So it's 15 yards from the spot. Actually 17 yards, 15 from the spot of the foul. Tigers now the spread formation left. Parasini and Moeller. Here's the inside handoff to Moeller going right. Moeller's got a little running room down inside the 25, down to the 23. Oh, Zeider, excuse me. Number 3 and not number 23. Now Kevin Moeller takes the field.
Well, Tigers have a lot of time on this drive here. They just got a lot of yards to eat up and have no idea what that was other than a dead ball foul after the play, whatever it was, Spike. But, boy, that puts them way back. But Tigers are up to it.
Well, second down and essentially goal to go. Ball resting on the 22-yard line of Evergreen. 5:45 to go in quarter number 3. Here's Overmeyer, fakes the handoff, rolls. He throws for the end zone. He's got Babcock. Boy, there was some chicken fighting going on back at the along the hash marks at the 5-yard line. It went uncalled, and the pass was just overthrown. Babcock may have had a shot at that ball had he not got partially tied up.
Overmeyer held that ball just as long as he could to let that pattern mature a little bit. And he took a shot back here, Spike.
Yeah, that defensive end from the other side was coming across hard. Well, now the Tigers are faced with 22 yards away from a score. 3rd and 19. They're going to need to pick up at least half of this here. Now Moeller goes in motion right. Straight drop back. Overmeyer lost it up there, and it's going to be intercepted. Well, Jim, facing a 3rd and 19, Liberty wasn't exactly in a great position.
Yeah, plus that pass was tipped, Spike. I mean, it wasn't a clean throw. Somebody got their paw up there, and that floated up there where truly heads-up defenseman ought to get a hold of it, and he did. But, you know, what a drive for the Tigers. They came up empty, but they used a lot of the third quarter.
Well, now it remains to be seen, Jim, how that penalty may hurt Liberty down the line. Now Evergreen comes out with a wide out to either side, 2 setbacks. Here is the deep pitch to McIntosh. He's got running room. Babcock makes a move on him and dragged down by Zeider with a one-handed tackle. Well, that guy didn't like that.
No, there was a block back there to kind of spring him around the corner that from our angle looked a little subject, but the official right there didn't see anything wrong with it, so he let her go. But, you know, there's got to be some good blocking for him to get that much green grass in front of him.
Well, he bellies out deep, Jim. He may pay the price for that sooner or later. Now with a wide out to either side of the field. Here is the give to McIntosh off the left side. Tripped up inside. I believe we're going to give that initial trip up to Westoven. Well, that could put a crimp into the Tigers' defensive and offensive plans right there. They can ill afford to lose Ryan Strayer at this point.
All right, now here's one of those formations that gives the Tigers a lot of look. Let's see if they come up with a scheme to defend.
All right, 2 setbacks, 2 wideouts with an unbalanced line left. Evergreen with the football, Stong under center. His burst straight ahead. 3rd time he's carried the football. And enough for a first down. It was 3rd and 2 and an Evergreen first down. That will put the ball out to Evergreen approximately their 30-yard line, just across the 30. Jim, you know, Liberty used a lot of time, but they got no score. Now they have to put the kibosh to the Vikings.
Yeah, well, this is, you know, the first time they've really needed to show some defense after the halftime adjustments, and we'll just see if they're up to it. Outside of that penalty call, they were banging on the door hard.
Two wideouts to this side. Here's that same pitch to that same running back, and that time, you're right, Jim. They read it. They went to the well one too many times. And Brian Trukar thrown for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
Yeah, that's just so true of half times. Your good coaches can say, well, this is where they were getting their yards. We're going to shut that down. And if they adjust and get the proper defense called against it, a lot of times they can stop that.
Simbola, defensive end on this side. Carter lined up over here. Now the straight drop back by Stong. He looks downfield. Great job there by Myers.
Yeah, he had him
Tim
covered.
Myers used his body quite well. He was able to stay close to the intended receiver, and then at the last minute, rather than go over the top, reached around and had enough in the way to keep that pass from being completed. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for Evergreen. Leatherman in the middle, nose guard for Liberty Center. Simbola on one side, and Leininger on the other. Two wideouts, straight drop back, throws it up wide, and incomplete!
Yeah, good pressure on their quarterback, too. Number 35, Mr. Westoven, got there and shook hands. If you know how we shake hands when there's full contact football going on. And that pass floated harmlessly out here, uncatchable. So Tigers hold, really, for the first time, Spike, outside of that interception just before the half.
Well, and that was big, too, Jim. That gave the Liberty Center defense, it gave those younger kids something to build on, and sure enough, it did here. Now the Tigers with 3 deep backs in a position now to get the ball in a good shape. Ball bounces around. Down inside, Liberty Center's 45 and down to the 42. But, Jim, the Tigers hold. That's all important. And they've got a chance to go back to work on offense.
Points. So here we go. Tigers' second possession of the second half with 2.5 minutes in the third quarter, Spike.
All right, Muller, the wing back on the left side. Here's Overmeyer, a little play action. He goes deep, and there's the same grab again, and I didn't see it again. I don't believe it. That's terrible. That stinks. The same thing, Jim, on that pass into the end zone didn't get contacted. Oh, man.
They're working the ref over pretty good out here where that pass was thrown, because clearly from our vantage point, it looked as though they had a hold of his jersey. But anyway, that didn't work, but there is a flag back here at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's the Liberty Center Tigers who are going backwards. Well, after we get it all sorted out, instead of Liberty Center picking up a 15-yard pass interference call, it goes the other way, and Liberty Center really blasted there. Their first down is all the way across midfield, and the ball's back at the 20. Liberty Center has a 1st and 32. Overmeyer back to throw. It's caught. A great move by Nick Parasini across the 30 and up to the 35. Excuse me, across the 25 and then across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Well, Jim, we picked up 12 big ones there. That brings it back down now to a little more makeable 2nd and 20.
Well, no scoring yet in the second half, but there's a lot of excitement. It's going this way, it's going that way, and the officials are getting in the act. They're calling plays maybe they shouldn't and missing ones that they ought to call.
Well, the Tigers mixing things up well. They ran the ball out on that first series. Now they're going with a little more overland. Here's Overmeyer going deep and tipped and battled for. Falls incomplete to the ground. Boy, some really good pass protection there from the Evergreen Vikings.
Yeah.
Now that's going to bring up third down and about 22 yards to go. Liberty Center. Jim, I tell you what, the penalties are really starting to hurt Liberty Center, as we could see on the first drive of the second half, and now here where Liberty Center had to go up against first and 32.
Oh, but they got to stay cool, Spike, because there's an awful lot of football to play, and things will work to the team that wants it this half.
All right, Overmeyer in a straight drop. They pick up the blitz. Now the guy coming from the other side can't come up with it. Overmeyer gets rid of it, and that one's incomplete.
It almost looked like a hold again, but we didn't see it in time, so.
Yeah, well, Overmeyer had to throw the football. Kyle Parasini, made a valiant effort to change directions and come back for the ball. Couldn't keep his feet underneath him, and that'll bring up fourth down and just a little over 20 yards to go. Ball resting on Liberty's own 32-yard line.
Have to send him a piece of the film.
Minute and 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jim, it's inconceivable Liberty Center would do anything but punt here.
Yeah, he's going to kick
Oh, he got rid of it. Nice end-over-end kick taken at the 35-yard line and brought down right there. Scott Overmeyer in a great open field tackle.
Yeah. Oh, Scott playing a whale of a ball game. I mean, he's running around on the passing end of the stick there where his receivers recovered and they were just pouring in on him and still hasn't been sacked. And then the opportunity to come down there and punt coverage and delivered a good, sound tackle.
Well, certainly the clock is not the major factor yet, but you're going to have to keep one eye on it and one eye on the field. A minute, 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Evergreen still leading, same score at halftime, 22-16. Here's the fake to McIntosh, quarterback keeper around the left side, and a nice job. Let me see, I believe it was Salmi, number 2. Salmi out there was contained quite well on the original block, but fought his way through it and held the quarterback in a wide open field to a 6-yard gain. That'll bring up second down and 4, clock running, just over a minute to go here in period number 3. Quickly, we'll mention some of the parents and other relation. We got Louie Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester, Nola Short, and Chad. Also, Uncle Rick and Aunt Rhonda, Cheryl, and Carl Carter, Mike and Linda Sambola, and the Westhovens. Here's a gift to McIntosh, tripped up in the backfield. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, they're going to roll him down. Yeah, the judge, the side judge from the opposite side, got the knee hitting the ground at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Jim, did we get who made that tackle?
No, he didn't. I didn't catch it. I'm sure it'll be on film, but I'll tell you what, that's a call that ought to come Liberty's way because they've sure missed them on the defensive secondary when the Tigers are out there running for passes, Spike.
Oh, Jim, and this is huge, too. If the Tigers can hold here, Evergreen may figure that they're still in their own territory and they may be forced to punt away, but it's only 3rd and 4. Very difficult down to defense with Evergreen's wide open offense. Now single coverage over here with Myers, I believe it is. Salmi on the other side. Here's the deep pitch. Fumbled, still loose. Evergreen falls on it, but it's going to be a loss of about 8 yards on the play. Whoa, Jim, there's one of those fumbles. Man, oh man, the Tigers would have been baking and rocking on that one. Nevertheless, it's a loss of about 8 or 9 on the play, all the way back to Evergreen's own 36-yard line. 4th and 13, they'll be forced to punt. We've got an official's timeout on the field. Okay, here we go for the 4th and final quarter. Evergreen leads 22-16, facing a 4th and 13 on their own 37, back in punt formation. Here's the snap, a good one. Tigers with a good rush, good angles. Now Nick Parasini takes it deep at the 29-yard line, tries to go right, Not much running room there. Stays on his feet and gets up across the 35 to the 37. Troy Westoven, I'm telling you, Jim, that that was a pancake and a half.
Yeah, he got all he could on that run back, and that's what you want. So the Tigers with excellent field position.
It was number 57 there from Evergreen. Terry Snyder, a returning letterman, who got peeled. You know, it's him that peeled Liberty's quarterback there earlier in the game pretty good. So I guess he just got a taste of his own medicine.
Oh, that's football, Spike. You're going to have that.
Now we've got Nick Parasini spread wide to the right, Kyle Parasini spread wide to the left. Setbacks are Zeider and Westoven. Here is the give to Westoven straight ahead, battles forward up close to the 40-yard line. We'll give him 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and a long 8 yards to go. Ball just short of the 40-yard line. 11 and a half minutes to go in the ball game. Jim, we knew it'd be a Lollapalooza, and it's everything we thought it would be. Truly a fine football game tonight.
Yeah.
Evergreen spreading out their defense a little bit. Here's the inside reverse.
There he goes.
Who's got him? Muller down the right side. Breaks one tackle, gets all the way down to the 40-yard line. Well, Jim, when they start that inside reversing and you got guys going in 6 different directions, it takes a while to find the football, and that was the same case for the Evergreen Vikings.
I know this gives them a taste of their own medicine on that misdirection stuff. You get pursuit going one way and come back the other way, and a big gainer. Tigers clear down to the 39-yard line.
Well, a gain of 22 yards for Kevin Moeller on that wing back inside reverse. Lining her over center. Simbola the guard on the right. Carter the guard on the left. Lucas Bodenbender tackle over there on the left side. Here is the pitch to Westoven deep. He's got running room. Follows a block. Met at the 36 and nailed right there, but not after a gain of 3 solid yards on first down. Well, Jim, that's always good. Even if it's only 3, that gives Liberty Center some positive yardage. And that only makes the passing game work a little better should you choose to go that route on a later down.
Yeah, that's true. And Tigers have owned a time of possession here in the second half, Spike.
All right, now Dustin Salmi checks into the game for Liberty Center. Coming out is Moeller. Salmi lining up in the backfield with Zeider. Zeider now spread out, lining up at that wing position. Parasini in motion. Here's Overmeyer following his blockers. Cuts inside. Nice run by Overmeyer. Stays on his feet all the way down inside the 30-yard line to the 28. And I believe we've got another Tiger first down. Jim, it's that methodical Liberty Center offensive attack. And I'm glad right now that I'm not on that Evergreen sideline. They've got to be worried. It's late in the game. Their kids are tired. Liberty Center with a little more depth. And perhaps it's starting to show up on the Evergreen side.
Yeah, I would agree. I believe right from the second half, the Tigers have showed a little edge on the line of scrimmage, and they've built on it.
All right, Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Strayer, the tight end on the left. We've got Kyle Parasini wide to the right. Nick Parasini in motion. Here's a quarterback keeper on a naked bootleg around the left side, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Boy, Jim, another wrinkle. But they're using Overmeyer very effectively in this attack on this series.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen that play this year. This is the third game, and some things have been kept under wraps, but you're behind 22-16. You don't have anything under wraps anymore, Spike. You got to get that W.
Yep. Nice gain on the play. We're going to call it a 7-yard gain, second down and 3, ball on the 21-yard line of Evergreen. Scott Overmeyer listed at 5'10" and a $175, but boy, he's got to be soaking wet and then some to make that $175. But nevertheless, very elusive, very quick runner. Now Westoven, Zeider in the backfield. Here is the give to Westoven going right. He breaks 2 tackles, stays on his feet. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, he's at the 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Liberty Center! Touchdown, Liberty Center! And the Tigers have tied it up at 22 all. 9.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Jim, just another case of what we saw all last year. It was Silvis and it was Westhoven. And now this year, going mainly with Westhoven in the backfield.
Yeah.
The kid breaks tackles. He powers his way through.
Yeah.
Simply amazing.
What a wonderful ball control drive, too.
All right, 2 wide outs to the right. Overmeyer drops back. He's got the catch, and he dives in for the score. Ryan Strayer with one heck of a catch. Strayer went low for the ball. Overmeyer had to get it low to zip it in there. And Strayer with a great catch down around his ankles. Stays on his feet long enough to get into the end zone. And it's a Liberty Center. Come from behind lead now. They're ahead 24-22. Boy, while you guys are running out. Yeah. Oh. All right, while everybody's running to the kitchen for that cold Pepsi, let's run down our sponsors here. We've got Miller Brothers Trucking with Skip Miller, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler, Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, Liberty Products with Terry Bowers, Mid-Am Bank with Liberty Center, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown, Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis, Pizzanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers, Henry County Bank in Henry County, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norma Miller, The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Dave's Running Shop in Delta, Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider, Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, and you this year, we've got Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Barb and Marge Jurassics, and the Liberty Hardware with Randy and Velma Hall. Also, Louis Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester and Nola Short, and son Chad for John Collins. Tigers set to kick off here. It's going to be Kevin Moeller handling the chores. Here's the high end-over-end kick coming down at the 20-yard line, taken right there by McIntosh. McIntosh looking for running room and stop across the 30-yard line. Several Tigers in there. We're going to give Rodney Ponton, Neil Carter in there, Rodney Ponton, number 20, who's been in on some special team plays this year, also in on the hit. Well, Jim, it's what it's all about now. Evergreen's got to use this possession. They can't count on getting the ball back. There's 9.5 to go, but each team being able to grind it out. Evergreen with a wide out to either side, 2 setbacks. Here's the give going around the right side, running room for McIntosh. He breaks away, he's got a first down yardage, and finally drug out of bounds at midfield by Jeremy Babcock. My, oh my. Always a threat to break away. Evergreen with the football somewhere up around midfield. Also on our sponsors, we've got Uncle Rick and Aunt Rhonda Miller for nephew Neil Carter. Also Carl and Cheryl Carter for their son Neil, number 58. Mike and Linda Simbola for their son Brad, number 70. And Greg and Deb Westhoven along with their family of Lynn, Katie, and Sean. And also Grandpa Kip and Grandma Cecilia, who wish good luck to their son and grandson Troy Westhoven, number 35, and the entire team. Now back to Bullock, and he's only going to gain a couple.
Neil Carter on the stop on that guy, got him by his ankles and held on.
Strayer coming off, now limping worse than ever. You know, it was Strayer who limped off the field before, and yet still had enough of that Tiger guts and fortitude and drive to make that great catch to put the Tigers in the lead. But now coming off, and he is really in pain, getting attention from the Tiger trainer. Now Evergreen comes to the field with their same 2 wide out formation, unbalanced line to the left, 2 setbacks. Straight drop, throws it over there, caught at midfield, and a great open field tackle by number 8, Rob Myers. You know, you think of Rob Myers as a little bit thin. You think of Rob Myers as a great track star and a great basketball player. But the kid can play football.
Oh, he's been an excellent cover man for him ever since they started using him. And last year he was in the mix for the quarterback spot, but then he broke his wrist in the summer, and basically had a backup role then when he finally got that wrist healthy. But you betcha, he's a Tiger defender all the way.
Yeah, a good Tiger defender and a great open field tackler. Now 3rd down and 6. Ball resting on Liberty Center 48. 7:50 to go in the ball game. Here's the draw play to McIntosh. Hit in the backfield. Who's got the number? I believe it was Zider that made the hit.
Zider, number 3.
Yep. Nate Zider came blasting through from his linebacker spot, read the draw play, and baby, it's a 4-yard loss all the way back into Evergreen territory. It's 4th and 10. Evergreen back in punt formation, but who knows, will they draw a play from the playbook of Coach Lindgren? Tight formation, there's the punt, low, bounces around, Liberty Center falls away from it. As well they should in this case. Very dangerous, those line drive punts. And with 7:06 to go, Liberty Center with the football, but they are deep in their own territory. They'll have a first down on their own 15-yard line. Okay, here we go. Tigers with the football. Straight ahead, give to Westover. Stays on his feet at the burst. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. At the 40. One man left. The dive. He's at the 20. The 10. The 5. The 4. 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown. Another Tiger score. And Liberty Center escaped from behind on a 22-8 deficit. They lead it 30-22. Liberty Center fans, roar your approval. Baby, it's orange and black all over now. Now Liberty Center leading by 8. A crucial point after touchdown conversion attempt coming up. Nick Parasini in motion. Gives straight ahead to Westover, and he dives into the end zone. It's gone! And the Tigers lead by a full notch of 10 here. Baby doll Jim, the Tigers' ability to convert the 2-point conversion tonight, definitely a big difference in this game.
Man, the Tigers came out loaded for bear the second half, Spike. It's been all Tigers in spite of the penalties that stopped that first drive. Tigers have owned this second half. I mean, this is orange and black football as we like to see it, as we've been used to seeing it, and boy, are they getting it done to a man.
Well, Jim, it all comes back to the end of the first half. Liberty Center had given Evergreen 3 possessions. Evergreen had scored on all 3, and they were knocking on the door again. But it was Tim Myers on the interception after a good pressure on the quarterback, and that may have given the Tiger defense a little bit of incentive, a little bit of confidence, and they have played their hearts out this entire second half.
Plus, give the coaching staff credit for making the proper adjustments. I mean, this Evergreen team hadn't been stopped the first half outside of that interception just before half. And by golly, they tried some of those plays that were big gainers in the first half, and we had an answer for it.
Yeah, that's something the Liberty Center's done in every, at halftime of all 3 games now, make some great adjustments. Jim, I don't know, by the time this is all said and done, Mr. Westhoven may have went around Mr. McIntosh in the rushing. That was an 85-yard burst for Troy Westhoven, straight up the gut.
You know, that happened so fast we couldn't even get a feel for who made the blocks there, but believe me, there was some blocks because he burst through there, and I mean, he had a lot of open field, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, typically for Liberty Center, the center, Matt Leininger, number 51, right guard, Brad Simbola, and the left guard, 58, Neil Carter. Those are the interior linemen. Tackles, we've got Bodenbender on one side, and, well, here we go on the kickoff. Moeller, short, scooter, down across the 25. He return up across the 35 and up to the 38-yard line. Tiger coach is pointing a little farther back on the sidelines. They want him marked out of bounds. But Jim, now the onus is really on the Vikings in that wide open attack. They
This possession, Spike, and so with the Tigers playing defense like they have, I'd say things are looking good for the Tigers.
Well, Liberty Center with 24 unanswered points to come from a 2-touchdown deficit. They lead by 10, 32-22, 6:49 to go. Play action fake. Stong rolling out to his right. It's and intercepted by Babcock. What a catch by Babcock. I don't believe it. Babcock climbed the wall of another Liberty Center defender and hang on, and what a catch. It'll be Liberty Center's ball at midfield. Jim, Liberty Center's chances look a lot better now. And what a huge victory in this NWOAL race this could be.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I tell you, the Tigers are playing pass defense on that play. There must have been about 4 jerseys in the vicinity of that receiver. And, I mean, they just said, no, we're going to have this. And there was good pressure there. I didn't get the number of that guy, but quarterback held it long as he could. And then he drilled it in there, but there are too many black jerseys.
That was Brian Dotson, number 53, coming across, and that really made the play, Jim, because the quarterback didn't have time to set up and throw. Now the straight drop back by Overmeyer, in traffic, incomplete. Boy, the Tigers maybe were going for the juggler there, Jim. With 6.5 to go, I kind of expected maybe to have them grind it out, but that's what Evergreen expects too, and they're gonna put everybody up in the box to try to shut the run down.
Yeah, well, you really like to see that clock moving, but, you know, like you say, Tigers feel like they're in control, so they want to do some unexpected things themselves.
All right, the right tackle for Liberty Center we didn't get mentioned, number 65, Kyle Leatherman. Strayer, I see, is back in the game at tight end. Here's the give off that left side to
Westover for about five good yards. 35.
Westhoven for 5.
Headgear problem out there. The ref's leveling him up a little bit.
Ball now resting on Evergreen's 44-yard line.
Officials timeout.
All right, Tigers come out of the huddle. Moeller, wing back on the right side, outside the shoulder of Strayer, the tight end. Babcock, tight end on the other side. Zeider and Westhoven, the setbacks. Here's a deep pitch to Westhoven, breaking up inside a couple of blocks. He fights his way close to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 4th down and about 3 yards to go. Well, Jim, I tell you, this thing isn't quite over yet with 5.5 minutes left. Liberty Center has the ball in Evergreen territory, but do you dare give up this kind of field position if you don't convert on that 4th down razzle-dazzle?
No, I think we got to try to hold on to the ball by making first down, but we are in punt formation.
We got Salmi wide to the right, and I believe that's Overmeyer wide to the left. Yeah, Overmeyer was wide to the left. Too much time. And if the Tigers were thinking about a little razzmatazz, that may certainly change now. It'll go from 4th and a long 3 back to about 4th and 8.
That looked as though they were trying to draw them off sides by either a stutter count or just some shake them up out there.
5:05, clock stopped. Change of footballs. I'll tell you what, they may be able to be picked right here. Evergreen could. No, they're going to go with the punt. Nice. Strayer high, end over end. Fair catch called for on the 19-yard line, and Liberty Center plays it safe. Probably the right way to go after the penalty. And with 4:58 to go, Liberty Center leading 32-22. Yeah, no question about it, Jim, coming from our cameraman, Mr. Atkinson. Conditioning.
Being a factor.
Yep, definitely a factor here. Now Evergreen with a wide out to either side. 2 setbacks. Straight drop. Looks upfield. Knocked away by Myers. What a play by Myers. Had it timed beautifully, Jim.
Yeah.
Got his hands on the ball, and then he really popped the the receiver.
I think our backs are playing a little tighter now, too. They kind of are done respecting all the razzle-dazzle by those receivers, or at least they're knowing they can play with them, so they're covering them tighter.
Yeah, I imagine some of the reads are a little different as they've seen the game progress. All right, in single coverage, we've got Salmi out here on this Tiger right side. Here's the give to McIntosh. He's got some running room. He has up the sideline. Parasini there. Nick drags him down, but not until McIntosh rambles for nearly 20 yards and a first down all the way out to Evergreen's own 30, we're going to call it 38-yard line. 4:47 to go. Jim, how huge the extra points for Liberty Center have loomed here. See, now, if they just fail 1 out of the last 3, that gives Evergreen a chance to tie the score, so that is huge. Tigers shift the defense over. Salmi goes to the short side. Myers to the wide side of the field on defense. Straight drop back by Stong. Great pressure from Bodenbender.
Yeah.
And nothing he could do there. Give that one to Lucas Bodenbender.
Oh, man, I tell you, the pressure was just tremendous there. The Tigers were pouring through there. There were 7 of them. Neil Carter was right there, too, but as you say, Lucas Bodenbender, he just didn't have a chance. Looked like his receiver might have had a little crease that he could have caught the ball, could have been delivered, but there, with that kind of pressure, that's the best, best treatment for a passing attack.
And it says something for Liberty Center's defenders and their ability to tackle in the open field because they're lining up in single coverage, single man coverage. There's no defensive help from a center fielder there for Salmi. Now the give inside on a draw play. McIntosh had nowhere to go, baby, and they peel him for about a 5-yard loss in the backfield. 4.5 minutes to go. And Evergreen's early season prognostications of being picked as either the number 1 or number 2 team slowly but eventually being ground down and ground away.
Well, look at that, 2 losses, 2 league losses this early in the season.
Now with the wide formation to the wide side on the left side for Evergreen. Rolling out that way is Stong, has to get rid of it, thrown deep, and Myers there again with great position. And I tell you what, when he can step up there and go in the air, that takes away a lot from that receiver.
Oh, it does. I mean, he's a big, tall fella as it is, and when he stretches out for the pass, it's just like that the receiver is just screened off of the play.
Exactly.
And he does that with confidence because he's going to make the play. If the ball's catchable, then Tim Myers is going to catch it.
Yeah, some great coverage from the Tigers' defensive backs tonight. Salmi, Myers, and also Babcock. Wide side
4th down, maybe.
to the wide side. This is it. Great pass rush there from Bear. And almost intercepted. And once again, the Liberty Center Tigers defense in the form of a super second half pass rush, that time in the form of number 74, Nate Bear, peeled him one more time, and it's Liberty Center's football. It's just about time to put on your coat, baby, because this party is almost over. All right, Jim, there's 3:53 to go. Now the Tigers have to take care of the football. Certainly the last thing we want here is an untimely turnover. Here's the handoff to Westhoven. Dive straight ahead, down inside the 30. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Nothing fancy now. Tigers will try to grind this thing out. Checking into the game, all-purpose player number 2. Now, Salmi comes back.
good to see Ryan Strayer back out there, number 26. By spells, he's come off and looked like he's been injured, but he's out there and he's in position.
Here is the give to Moeller, lining up inside. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet, rambles all the way down inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Kevin Moeller just carried 4 Evergreen Vikings from the 30-yard line all the way down to the 15. What a ball run. And the kid's only a sophomore, Jim.
I know.
If he stays that strong, he better watch out, because if he stays that strong, they'll make him a tackle by the time he's a senior.
Clearly, as it's been pointed out, the Tigers are winning this line of scrimmage play, but conditioning. There's nobody better conditioned than these black-clad athletes out here, and they're making it stand up.
Exactly right, Jim. Liberty Center now in an I formation, now power I left. Here is the give to Westhoven, stays on his feet, still grinding away, gets inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Evidence of it right there. Westhoven, a bull of a ball carrier all night long, still has enough stamina to grind and pull tacklers. It's an Evergreen timeout with 2:28 to go. Evergreen Vikings have put up a great game tonight, and in the first half they owned it. But the Tigers stayed true to form, stayed true to their game plan, and now lead 32-22 with 2:28 left. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 9, ball on the 14-yard line. Power I to the left. Here is the give to Westhoven. No, it's Overmeyer on a keeper. He got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's just still another Tiger touchdown. Liberty Center relentless, grinding the ball down the field, lined up in that power I left. Fake to Westhoven. Overmeyer on a 14-yard keeper for the score. And Liberty Center starting to run away with this one. It's 38-22, Liberty Center Tigers. 2:22 remaining on the NCTV5 scoreboard. Jim, one thing, Liberty Center has played just about the same kids the whole game, most of the way both ways. Now, conditioning really tells a story here. Both teams going with pretty much the same lineup. And it's Liberty Center definitely outlasting them. Now the Tigers have each Parasini split wide to either side. Straight drop back, Overmeyer. Boy, there's, some contact there in the secondary, but nothing called, and the pass falls incomplete.
I recall the football game last year between these two teams. Evergreen Vikings prevailed, beat the Tigers by 1 point. I think there's a little payback, Spike. I think Liberty Center says, you might have slipped on us last year, but we're going to be ready for you this year. And, think of Evergreen. They had their backs to the wall, proverbially speaking, because they're down with 2 losses now in this NWAL. So they come in here loaded. They were going to play football and did. They had a very wonderful first half, but the Tigers were up to the task, Spike.
That's right, 30 unanswered points for Liberty Center. They trailed 22-8 and have come roaring back. It's been all Liberty Center from the 5-minute mark of the second period on. Wide protection man for Liberty Center on this close side of the field. Moeller to kick and squibs it. It's going to roll only about 5 yards. Kyle Parasini alertly falls on it on the 45-yard line. But, Jim, with only just a little over 2 minutes to go, and Liberty Center leading by 16, it may be a little too late for Evergreen. Although 2 scores and 2 point-after touchdowns, who knows?
Yeah, well, we're going to see some passing, that's for sure. But the Tigers' defensive line has owned this line of scrimmage, and I don't mean just barely own it, I mean just truly owned it. And then the secondary, they're looking for pass, and they're not scared, so they're saying bring it on.
Evergreen coming in with their standard 2 wide out set. Now we've got a mix-up in the Evergreen backfield. Oh, Jim, that can also be huge. That's at least their second time out. They were a player short, one of the linemen. Oh my, it's little things like that. You know, penalties really almost killed Liberty. Almost gave them a knockout punch in that first half. But it's little things like this when they're a man short on the field. That timeout alone, losing that timeout could be very crucial.
I remember the Tigers' first drive of the second half. They held at an awful long time of possession, but a couple of big penalties down there kept them ultimately away from the goal line. So you're right. These teams have to play clean football, and as the weeks progress, they will clean it up. And
to the right, two setbacks. Straight drop back by Stong. Good pass rush, sets up the screen. And the Tigers there to snuff it out. It's Lucas Bodenbender in on the hit. Bodenbender not fooled by the setup, the screen pass setup. He was there to throw Evergreen for a 3-yard loss. Second down and 13. Ball on Liberty Center's 47-yard line. Exactly 2 minutes on the clock running. Well, you know, Liberty Center, Jim, those guys on the line and the linebackers, they're not holding back. They're pinning back their ears and going. And they're depending on the deep secondary to play that great one-on-one defense. Here's Dotson on a rush. And that's going to go incomplete. Salmi all over the wide receiver there. Quarterback. Liberty Center. Evergreen with two wideouts to this side. Here's a draw play to McIntosh, and he's hit in the backfield, I believe, by Zeider again. Nate Zeider into the backfield. Jim, he's lived there in the Tigers' second half.
Yeah, Matt Langner got it.
4th and 16 at midfield. Two wide receivers to the right side. Tight end on the left, tight end over there. Roll up, long bomb up, and a great defensive play again, and who was it? None other than Tim Myers. Tim Myers really getting a nose for the football and how to time himself. His timing was perfect, Jim. Change of possession. Liberty Center with only 57 seconds left to grind this thing out. They're going to line Zeider up deep in the backfield in case of that possible fumble squirting backwards. Overmeyer takes a straight drop to the knee. Now they've got the clock running. And I believe Evergreen won't be able to stop it. Tigers will probably only have to snap the ball one more time. Clock running at 27 seconds. Tigers to the line. Overmeyer, two-step drop and goes to the knee. And I believe that one's going to be it. And Liberty Center, true to the test, knock off the highly publicized Evergreen Vikings. It's Liberty Center 38 and Evergreen 22 here on NCTV 5. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed one whale of a football game tonight. Liberty Center trailed 22-8 late in the first half, came back with a sustained drive and scored, making it 22-16. All told, Liberty Center with 5 touchdowns, but was successful on 4 out of 5 two-point conversions, and certainly that had a big difference in the game as Liberty Center forced Evergreen to open up the attack, perhaps even more than they wanted to down the stretch. Liberty Center winning this sucker with the great conditioning, as you saw there. They win it going away by the score of 38-22. And for Jim Leatherman and Tom Overmeyer on the camera, this is old Spike Whitman saying good night and good Liberty Center football.